Ooh, non-Tenicor holster. Probably the Safariland ALS. It does the best job of serving its purpose. I have a audio recording device. I have a flashlight, Streamlight Macro Stream. I have my wallet, my little tiny mini wallet on this side. That's all I have on that side. I have a Benchmade folder. This is the little Benchmade mini bug out that I, for whatever reason, got a little bug. That's kind of a little bug, but I decided to like put titanium handles on it and make it all cool and customized. Then I have my keys. And I have a phone. Those are the things in my pockets. Hot or not? It's like some trendy internet thing, not hot. Some people, they're really hot, but a small enough number of people that they're not. Not hot. Should I talk about smaller back carry? Smaller back carry works well for specific circumstances where other concealment things don't work. There's a large flat spot on most people's back, and so you can stick a gun there. Obviously, it's hard to sit down under certain circumstances. So it is a specialized mode of carry, I would say, and not a normal mode of carry. I mean, there are a lot of really good holsters, and they're all very similar in my mind. And so it is hard to say. You could take almost any inside the waistband holster, put some DCC clips on it, and whatever sort of foam wedge and claw wing type thing on it, and they're all gonna work pretty similarly. I mean, I guess from a nostalgia perspective, I would go with Kramer leather because it's cool. I am interested in supporting Beretta, specifically the 92. The PX4 is less interesting to me. There's a bunch of nostalgia guns that I'm interested in supporting. So like the Beretta 92, the Walther PPK, a Browning High Power, a legit 1911. Like those are things that I think, I mean, they're probably not the SIG Classic Series, but probably those four for sure are things that I think, like, to be a man, you should have those guns. And so obviously we should support those guns, even if we don't sell very many. Yes, you can. And that is planned, but there are many, many things in front of it. The next knife sheath are the Amtac knives, I think, are the next things up. We decided that we did not like the fit and performance of it. And so we kind of paused additional production. And so we are hopefully getting close to wrapping up this design change, and then we will put out a whole series of improved stuff over time. Great question. First, I will address the statement and not the question. I disagree. I don't think it is one of the most important things. It is, and the statement was phrased reasonably well, right? He's not saying it's required, so that's good. And if he thinks that's important, carry on. But a lot of people try to say it's required, and I strongly disagree with that. A lot of people that I know who have done legit undercover surveillance, like overseas, like plainclothes type work, those people think it's silly that people carry with lights and all the gadgets on their gun. I also know people who've done that type of work for an extended period of time that carry a bunch of stuff on their gun. So I guess I'd say it's definitely not mandatory. That being said, we recognize that it is a legitimate thing, and we do plan to offer holsters for it. Okay, thanks. Glad you think I'm an expert.
I don't even know if it was sarcastic.
Oh, like someone was making a comment, like I'm saying something on a video, and they're like, doesn't matter what we think, you're the expert, but you're really not. You're the stupid Asian guy with the lesbian haircut. Yeah, and so that's cool, you don't watch. It is a truism. What I say, obviously I think is important because I'm saying it. And whatever you're saying, you think is important because you're saying it. We don't need to agree. It's perfectly fine if we disagree. We don't make holsters for the G30 or the G21 because not enough people would buy them. A friend of mine used this as an example for where they make a lot of sense, is if you travel overseas and you do professional gun stuff overseas in countries that you're not supposed to have a gun, and you're like gonna get the gun in country, but you're not gonna get a holster. And so you take the little plastic trigger guard thing, you throw it in your toiletry kit so it looks like a toothbrush cover or whatever, and you travel through customs and it's no big deal. And when you get there, you have this trigger guard thing that you can put on your gun and help you carry it safely and securely. Totally made sense to me. The other place it makes sense to me is like in a bag, so like in a fanny pack or something like that. You don't want the gun flying around loose, and so you put the trigger guard thing on it, and the trigger guard is like tethered to the bag, so when you draw the gun, the trigger guard thing comes off. That'd be the other time it makes sense to me. Aside from that, it doesn't make any sense to me because I think a actual holster is more comfortable and can conceal better than a trigger guard holster. We do not plan on developing a sidecar holster in the future. There are plenty of people that do that. Sidecar holsters, usually everything is closer to centerline, and I disagree with that as a mode of carry for most people. Most people have better comfort and concealment closer to the hip point, both for their gun and for whatever accessories they have on the side. And so from that perspective, it doesn't actually make sense to do a sidecar holster. In my experience and what I've seen, both in my usage and seeing other people, sidecar holsters that are closer to centerline are mostly for like speed. Like people carry close to centerline and they carry high in the waistband and they end up with this thing that sits right here. It doesn't conceal very well. It might be comfortable, I don't know, I haven't used it long enough. But it is more like getting your sub 1 second draw for the grams.